My name is Theo Devaney. I'm a director at Tidal Flyer Limited, and we're developing a tidal energy device called Tidal Flyer that will extract energy from flowing water and convert it into electricity. So I came across an excellent idea that was actually designed for a sailboat, but didn't work for a sailboat. It's called a self-trimming tail. So it didn't work for sailing because that would remove the captain from decision making, but it is ideal for Tidal Flyer. So Tidal Flyer Limited were a part of the Interreg Northwest Europe Selkie programme, and as part of that programme we got a week's access for the tests that we undertook at the Ocean Energy Test Centre in Cork. We also then applied to Enterprise Ireland Innovation Voucher and were awarded that, and that allowed us to task Wiser with the question of how to communicate wirelessly with the system underwater. The first aspect was to do with the wireless underwater communications that Wiser took the lead on and advised on for all things electronics. And the second test was to do with looking at the effect of turbulence on our system. The guys here in Wiser and HE Letterkenny did all of the work with the TTO, and we were, wherever we were asked to work, we did that work for them.
My name's Shannon Morris and I'm an embedded systems engineer based in the Wiser lab in Letterkenny, County Donegal. My role was as the lead design engineer responsible for the testing and the development of the underwater communication system for Tidal Flyer. So this arose when Tidal Flyer approached us for an urgent requirement to develop the underwater communication system down in the National Ocean Testing Facility. We were presented with a strict 5-week deadline which needed us to source an EU compliant antenna and transceiver module that would be adequate for underwater communication. So working with the TTO was a crucial part of the project. They facilitated the administrative and logistical parts of the project, so they did. They helped liaise with Tidal Flyer and made sure that we could work on the more technical aspects of the project and deliver on time.
The test allowed us to explore the parameters of what was possible. We learned fairly early on that the signal that can propagate through fresh water has a completely different effect when it goes through seawater. So the one solution wasn't going to work for both sea states. We did find one that will work for freshwater, but that did allow us to then refocus and look for a solution that works for the sea trials. So Wiser have just completed a report for us, a review of a relatively new piece of equipment called an acoustic modem, and that will allow us to propagate a signal through water to up to about 200 meters, which is more than sufficient for Tidal Flyer. So our next step then is to procure a acoustic modem and to test it both in the tanks in Lear and then also at some sea trials. So our next step is to raise funding to go into the real ocean environment. More than likely somewhere like Stratford Lough, and these tests were the missing piece to allow us to do that. Collaborating with the guys here at Wiser has been really easy. It's great, they're professionals, they know exactly what they're doing, and they bring in the expertise that you need for your project. And I'll definitely be inviting them onto the team, the design team, once we secure funding for the sea trials.